Well, the warm weather has finally arrived, and that means it's time to move the rabbits outside for the summer. It's also a good opportunity to give you an update on my rabbit operation. What you see here is the latest bit of construction I've done for my rabbits. I made a little shelter for them, and it's designed to hold two 30 by 30 wire cages, and it suspends them above the ground and also provides shelter from obviously the sun and the rain and the wind. Currently I just have the buck in here. I do plan to put a cage in here and put one of the does in there a little bit later on. As you can see, I have two pieces of wood going across, one in the front, one in the back, and then I'm using these scrap pieces of metal to go through the top of the cage to suspend it. You can see how it works with this one over here. Here I have the hutch that I made last year. I also modified it so it can suspend a cage. Originally I had a floor and a front on this hutch. I had the floor wire on top of this wooden slat here on the side, and I found out the hard way that doesn't work very well because droppings and urine collect on that. It's very important that when you have a wire bottom on a cage that you don't have anything up against that wire to catch droppings and urine, because that'll just make a big mess. So I've modified it so I can suspend the cage. There's nothing below the cage, and hopefully that'll keep things a little more tidy this summer. Currently I have my doe in this cage, and she's got her third litter of 9 kits in the nest box there, and so far they're doing very well. This cage here you might recognize from last year. I made a video on how I made this. Last year I had an upside down plastic tote that I used for the shelter on the end. Now I actually put some wood on the sides to make it a little more durable. Currently I have my second doe in here, but she'll soon be going to one of the suspended cages as well. Then I'll be using this cage as well as my other smaller cage for the young rabbits after they're weaned until they're ready to be processed for meat. The nice part about that is they have access to the ground, and so I won't have to feed them as many pellets because they'll be able to get a lot of their nutrition from the ground. One thing to keep in mind with cages that allow access to the ground is that the rabbits sometimes will try to dig out. Generally that happens with older rabbits. The doe I have in there now is 5 months, and she hasn't started to dig yet, but as she gets older she might try to dig out, and that's why I'm going to actually be moving her to another cage instead. If you haven't already subscribed to our channel, we invite you to do that. By subscribing you'll be notified when we release new videos, and we have more videos on rabbit raising coming your way, as well as other outdoor activities such as fishing and hunting. So hopefully we'll see you back here soon.